Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, ghouls and goblins, beholders and jizz. Welcome! Happy Halloween! We're gonna do something spooky. It is Halloween. It at least is almost Halloween, and so I thought it'd be only right to do something to get into the spirit of the holidays. And there's nothing scarier than player-made submissions, especially if you're a DM. So, I've got my thematically appropriate t-shirt on. I've got my spooky Pokemon blanket. I've got the Homebrew Subclasses page pulled up on DnD Beyond. Let's get spooky. But there's nothing spookier than being accused of being like Sniper Wolf. So, first we gotta do some crediting. This idea 100% belongs to XP to level 3. This is them. They did this first, and I absolutely do not want to steal their content. So go check them out. They're very cool. I think it's he, him, but I'm not certain of that, so I'm gonna stick with them. And out of respect for them, I will not be doing any of the subclasses they've already covered in that video. Link in the description. Go check them out. They're awesome. So, let's get into it. I suppose it's only fair that we start with Psychopath. That's gotta be spooky. Okay, so this is for fighter. Being a psychopath requires a player to willingly let their character slip into the realm of madness in order to defeat creatures and foes. Ugh, typos, terrifying. With each blow you do, you can loose your sanity to increase damage output and deal interesting effects. I'll be the judge of that. TetraGamer524. Sanity's fading. Also at 3rd level. Okay, we didn't get anything before, but... Oh, no, I'm stupid! I can't fucking read. Maddening. This is maddening. I'm losing my mind. This is a very effective subclass. I'm going completely mad. Maddening. When you choose this archetype at 3rd level, you gain 2 sanity points. When you spend sanity points, you lose 1 points from your wisdom score for each point used. You regain expended sanity points and wisdom score per long rest. Okay. Got it. We're adding in a whole new thing to count, but alright, sure, fine. For real this time. Sanity's fading. Also at 3rd level, as a bonus action, you can spend 1 sanity point to gain advantage on your next attack roll. Okay, so as a bonus action, you can give yourself advantage on 1 attack at the cost of a point of wisdom until your next long rest. Or you could just, magic initiate Silvery Barbs, get it for a feat on the next level. Just a thought. Precise Slash. At 7th level, you get a slash die, 1d6. When you make an attack with a finesse weapon and the attack hits, you can spend all of your sanity points to roll this die. The result on the die allows a certain effect to take place. Refer to the table below. Okay. 1 to 2, the target takes +2 slashing damage. 3 to 4, the target takes +3 slashing damage and is frightened of you. 5 to 6, the target takes 4 slashing damage and is considered bleeding and takes 1d4 bleed damage every time it takes damage. Okay. I actually really like that concept. You don't see bleed damage hardly ever, especially not from a player. Okay. No, I fuck with that. I don't love that you can only do it once per long rest. I really don't love that it's detracting from... You're losing a whole modifier point of wisdom just to do this once. There's also not an end to the bleeding damage. So that's dangerous. Yeah, I think well, I'll review at the end. Psychotic Laughter. At 15th level, you can spend all 2 sanity points to make 1 creature who can hear you and see you within 10 feet make a wisdom saving throw, DC 10 plus charisma mod plus proficiency bonus. Okay. On a failed save, the target becomes frightened of you. You can choose to spend an additional sanity point to amplify the effects of this ability. Okay. but you only get 2, and it costs 2. So this is just a theoretical ability. You can't actually do this. But Amplify. By spending an additional sanity point, you can force the target to make an additional wisdom save DC 13. The target fails, roll a d100, and inflict short-term madness on the target. Refer to the short-term madness tables for effects. The duration of the madness lasts for 1 minute. Okay, is that an existing table? Now I gotta do some Google. I was not expecting to not know base game stuff. What's it called? Short-term madness 5e. Okay, this came up. Is this a thing? Oh shit, this is a real thing. Okay. No, that's sick. I like that a lot. Sucks that you can't do it. Completely Mad. At 17th level, when your hit points reach 0, you do not fall unconscious. Instead, you fall prone, reduce your current wisdom ability score to 0, should be lethal, and add it to your hit points. If you take any damage in this time, you permanently lose that number from your wisdom score. This lasts for 2 turns. At the end of those turns, you must make a Constitution saving throw, DC 15, or fall unconscious and fail 1 death saving throw. Okay, a couple of things. This needs work, but I see where it's going. It needs some work. First off, maddening. You only get 2 sanity points ever, and pretty much everything costs 2 sanity points. Bad. What it should probably be is if... Here's the thing. This whole thing seems to be wisdom-based, but it's also actively draining your wisdom. So you can either have this be a wisdom subclass, and have it be either proficiency plus wisdom modifier, or just wisdom modifier. And make sure that that is not that total pool of sanity points is not affected by you losing wisdom and spending it. Or what you could do is make this whole class charisma based, but it's taking away from your wisdom. So charisma up, wisdom down. That's how I would do it personally. Sanity's fading is too weak, unless there's a very easy way to regain sanity points. Precise Slash is actually really cool. I don't think I would change that at all. I would just say that bleeding lasts maybe for 1d6 rounds, maybe a minute if you really want to push it, but that's got to be the top. Psychotic Laughter is cool. I actually just kind of like that as it is. The problem is you only ever get 2 sanity points, so you can never amplify it. But if we fix maddening, then that's dealt with. Completely Mad needs a little bit of work, but I don't hate it. First off, if any ability score gets to 0, you're just dead outright, so that needs to drop to 1 instead of 0. Other than that, I actually really like the last stand mechanic. I think permanently dropping your wisdom score is really, really dangerous. Especially if you're going to make this a wisdom-based class. I would change that perhaps with your wisdom score comes back up with your on a long rest. That's what I'm trying to say. Jesus. Similar to how maddening works. The other thing to consider is you're getting this ability at 17th level. So this isn't going to give you much back. Like you might get an extra turn out of this. It's weird that it lasts for 2 turns. It's weird that it's not 1 or 3. But also at this level, pretty much everything is going to be hitting you for, even if your wisdom score is a 20, you're dropping down to 19 hit points, that's still not a big number. So I might make that 3 times whatever you're dropping, and then you could do your wisdom score drops with whatever, if you have a wisdom score of 10, let's say 11, you have a wisdom score of 11, you drop down to 1, you've got 30 hit points. If you get hit, you lose 21 hit points. You're still up at 7, right? That's how math works, right? No, you lose 21, you're still up at 9. but you've lost 21, which would have been 7's worth of wisdom. So now your wisdom score comes down to a 4. Currently, it's still a 1. You've got 3 left over. Editor, put the numbers up so there's visual representation. That's how I would run this. I would also say, if you get knocked all the way down out of this, you'd probably take an additional failed death saving throw. That would be my thought. If you just run out of gas, you fail 1. If you get knocked to 0 in this extra state, you're down at -2 saving throws. That would be my thought. With the save for it still. But yeah, all in all, the theme here is good. The thematic elements are good. It's just a little unbalanced. It needs a little work. Ooh, I do love me a gunslinger. Oh, this is immediately going to be dumb. We're sticking fighter for some reason. All right, let's see if I can read in order this time. Gunslinger. CQC. Oh, close quarters combat. Ooh, close quarters gun. That's such a fun... Okay, now I'm excited. You have mastered the art of using a gun in close quarters and are able to use your guns in ways that others could not. You've grown accustomed to using shotguns and pistols in tight spaces. QCQ experts prefer to be at the front line of combat, dealing damage and taking hits in place of other teammates. Sure, okay. Heavy blow. Starting at 3rd level, you're able to use your gun in more ways than just to shoot someone. You can use your gun as a melee if target is within range, dealing 1d6 pistol or 1d10 shotgun plus strength to one target. This ability is used as a bonus action. Okay. I don't hate that. I actually like that a lot. It's a situational version of 2-weapon fighting, which you can't normally do with firearms. Even if you have 2 of them, I don't think. No, I like that just as it is. Open Sesame, starting at 3rd level. Okay, so 2 things at 3rd level. You're able to break locks with a gunshot, causing anyone within 5 feet to make a DC 10 dex save. On a fail, the target takes 1d4 piercing damage, and on a save, it saves for none. Additionally, you are able to make large openings with shotgun fire. Ask GM before doing this. Upon weak surfaces such as wood or thin metals, and deal half damage to any creatures that are directly opposite this. You use this against any cover it is destroyed. Okay. I like that a lot too. There would have to be a caveat for magical locks. Maybe some sort of dispel check along with the roll. But I don't hate that either. I really like the blow apart cover. This is assuming you've got a shotgun and a pistol, which is interesting. You might have to, if you're gonna take this, you might have to talk with your DM and be like, can I have that as my starting equipment rather than something else? QCQ, starting at 6th level, you no longer suffer disadvantage from any weapon attacks made with guns at melee range. Okay, so that and heavy blow should probably switch places. If you were to ask me, that should probably be the first thing you get. Cunning action. So take a bonus action at the end of each of your turns. Dash, disengage, or hide. Okay, sure. I'm okay with that at 11th. Heavy armor mastery. Okay, I guess because fighter, yeah. You gain resistance to non-magical as long as you're wearing heavy armor. Okay. I don't hate that either. Riot shield. Okay, this better be terrible or I'm going to be confused why this is so low. Starting at 18th level, you gain proficiency with shields, and you can mount a small shield onto 2-handed firearms, giving you +1 to AC. Okay. This counts as carrying one for the purpose of qualifying for feats, and you gain the appropriate AC bonus from it. You cannot be unwillingly disarmed from the shield. The way that reads to me, and I don't think it's intentional, is you just get +3 out of a shield instead of +2, only when you're wielding a 2-handed firearm, which this thing is pretty much made for shotgun. You should be doing at all times. So basically just you're allowed to wear heavy armor, and you get +3 to your AC. You cannot be unwilling from the shield. Okay, actually that does make sense. You can still be disarmed the gun, just not the shield from the gun. That makes sense. I still kind of fuck with that. I don't think you need the additional AC bonus. I think just the +2 is fine. I think you would already have proficiency with shields because you're a fighter, right? Surely they get proficiency with shields. I don't think I have any problems with this. I think I would flip close quarters expertise and heavy blow. No, I think I'm just into this. Nightmare Ripper. Well, that's spooky enough to be here. Okay. Oh, okay, we're going rogue this time. We're going rogue. Unlike many other rogues whom wants to kill their target or steal from their target without them even knowing that it would happen. Period. Rogues whom wanted to become a Nightmare Ripper is not like them. They want to see the terror in the target. They first feel alive when their target is in a deep state of despair, to the point where they beg for the sweet embrace of death. This is getting a little... before finally grant their request and ends it. This archetype is for the more sinister type of rogues. They are trained in the ways of fear and tricks of the shades. I don't love the flavor text. We're getting a little too torture-y. But okay, let's see what you got. Starting at 3rd level, your sneak attack deals psychic instead of piercing. Okay, I don't hate that. When you reach the 12th level, your sneak attack is so terrifying that even the mightiest of foe will tremble. After dealing more than 45 damage to a foe, which must be in a single sneak attack, the target must make a wisdom saving throw against your DC 8 dex proficiency plus weapon bonus. Okay. Or be frightened until the end of your next turn. Okay, sure. I'm into that. Fleeting body and mind. Starting at 9th level. Is that normal for rogue? Is 9th normal for rogue? Shouldn't that be 7th? Starting at 9th level, you can instead of your movement, use Misty Step. If you throw a knife which deal physical damage, you can teleport to the knife. Okay, so those are two different things. Starting at 9th level, you can use Misty Step. If you throw a knife which deals psychic damage, you can teleport to the knife. I think what they mean is thrown weapons now deal psychic damage, or specifically knives, and you can teleport to the knife. What this reads as is, if you somehow have a knife that deals psychic damage, you can follow it. And you gain resistance to psychic damage. I would just get rid of that part entirely, mainly because at this point, I think you either have or are about to have Uncanny Dodge, so you can just half anything anyway. Fear's Reaper. Starting at 13th, if you attack a creature which is frightened, you gain advantages, and it is an auto-crit. Okay, see, now there's the problem. Yeah, we just need to drop auto-crit. Advantage is enough. Auto-crit off of anything that isn't a coup de grace is too much. Especially for a rogue, Jesus Christ. Oh my god. Auto-crit on a rogue is crazy. That's... I mean, you might as well give that to a fucking paladin while you're at it. No, absolutely not to that. If you gain a killing blow, its soul will answer one question. It might choose to lie, but it is forced to answer. Okay, sure. Not always super useful, but sure, I'm okay with that. Nightmare's Vengeance. Starting at your 17th level, when you get a critical hit on your sneak attack, either by roll or ability, okay, your next attack will also be sneak attack as well. This effect can happen multiple times in a round. Oh, man. Okay, so we're just piling on. That's what we're doing. Honestly, hear me out. This is pretty situational. Assuming we've gotten rid of Fear's Reaper auto-crit. Does Rogue get extra attack even once? I don't think it does. No. Okay, so that would only ever be happening out of 2-weapon fighting. Honestly, for a 17th level ability, assuming we get rid of the auto-crit thing, I think I'm okay with that. Multiple times in a round doesn't matter, because you won't ever be able to... I guess there's the haste spell. That would kind of break things a bit. But still, it's only if it crits. You're not gonna... If you crit on the first attack, and then get another sneak attack, and you crit again while you've got haste, honestly, at that point, you've earned it. I'm totally okay with this. Yeah, no, I actually kind of really like this one. Especially, I like how the things are building on top of each other. Frightened gives you advantage. If you get a killing blow, that's kind of its own thing. But then if you crit, you get to sneak attack with your offhand weapon, and with a haste attack if you've got it. I honestly really like this, other than the auto crit, which I've said 4 times now. The auto crit absolutely needs to go. That's absurdly overpowered. But barring the auto crit, I actually really like this. The Misty Step is cool. The fact that you're doing this all as psychic damage, I'm now remembering, is also cool, because you don't see a lot of psychic... No, I like this. Yeah, auto crit needs to go. And then I just like it. Ooh, anti-mage. We're back in fighter. Man, I thought we were gonna get a magic boy that does anti-magic. Okay, whatever. Let's see. Anti-mage. Anti-mages are experts at killing all forms of magic users. They are known for having a hate of almost all forms of magic, as most magic is evil. However, they are perfectly fine with helpful magic, or magic that is mainly helpful. Anti-mage spells. Beginning when you choose this archetype at 3rd level, you get a few spells that anti-mages use. More spells are made for anti-magic at later levels. Okay, so this is written terribly. Bro, they're spells that an anti-mage uses. Thanks, Wise Buffalo. Okay, I've just read through every spell in 5th edition. This is terrible. On the grounds that the only things that you could really make an argument for being specifically anti-mage spells. Silvery Barbs, which is a stretch. That's all you'd get. At the 3rd level, you get that. At 7th level, you would realistically get Counterspell and Dispel Magic. Which, for 7th level, having that to just go, sure, I'm okay with that. And then at 18th level, you get nothing. I thought you would get Mage's Magical Disjunction, and then I remembered that that's a Pathfinder spell. And it's basically a turned-up version of Dispel Magic. Regardless, it doesn't exist in 5e, so at 18th level you get nothing. This is a terrible, terrible class. Honestly, I don't hate the 7th level thing. I don't hate someone that is an anti-magic person getting Counterspell and Dispel Magic innately. But the rest of this is just nothing, or worse champion. Yeah, so this is truly terrible. Bone Daddy! Okay, we gotta talk about Bone Daddy. Half-life. Your body is weak and not well built, forcing you to tire quickly. The strain on your body, not restrain, causes you to gain a level of exhaustion for every 6 rounds in combat. Okay. You do not gain a round in combat if you have not moved or taken any actions for the purposes of this effect. When gaining health, you cannot lose and must gain a minimum health of 1. A lot of this is just how things are anyway. Hard to hit. Okay, so evasion. Dr. W.D. Gaster Blaster. You summon a medium construct that resembles a wolf skull in its base form. This construct acts as your familiar. You can see, hear, taste, and smell through it, although it cannot be more than 100 feet away from you, so it despawns. It acts like a well-trained dog and anything else, obedient to you, but not under your control. You can use a free action to get rid of them and a reaction to spawn them in. Not bonus action, that's weird. The maximum you can have at one time equal to your sorcerer level. Whoa! And you can use your bonus action to make them fire off a beam of magical energy, so potential 20 beams at once. When normally summoned, Gaster Blaster counts it as being level 1. Level 2 requires 5 merged together, 3 10, and 3 15 as before. Gaster Blaster can only pass through these creatures and must be cast at the appropriate level. Okay, so I got a spell. So spell level 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, first level Gaster Blaster spell is the only level that can cast Gaster Blaster at cast cantrip? What? At level 2, it can only cast, is the only level it can cast at levels 4 to 6. Level 3 is the only one that can cast at levels 7 through 9. Okay, Gaster Blaster can fire off a beam equal to their size. Level 1 beam, level 2 large, level 3 huge. And the higher level, more scary and evil. Great. Level 1 wolf skull, 2 T-Rex, and 3 dragon. Okay, you have not described what this blast actually does. The problems here, and there are a few problems. First, I need to find out if Gaster Blaster is a spell this person has made. Okay, I think I found what they're talking about. Gaster Blaster, first level spell. They are floating skulls that can blast beams of energy, able to do 4d6 force damage. Damage can increase depending on how many blasters and at which level you summon them, at 2d6 at higher spell slot. So, despite this being written terribly, what this actually means is you can summon 1 per level, and as a bonus action, you can make each of them shoot off 1 blast. And it does say that a Gaster Blaster of level 1 can shoot up to 3rd level. So that'd be 8d6 as a bonus action. And if you've taken the time to summon all 20 of them, let's see, 20 times 8. We're looking at 160 d6 as a bonus action. As a non-limited bonus action of force damage, which almost nothing resists. So yeah, this might be a little bit overpowered. Good fucking lord. But, I hear you asking, one last question. What is that tiny little skull up in the top left? And for that, I have an answer. Oh god! Wow, not me actually fucking nailing this. Fuck, 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 shit, fuck, ah, god, ah, god! Yup, great, love it, and, I'm sorry! Oh, it lagged! Fuck, I'm sorry. I'm sorry! Ah, fuck, shit, fuck! Ah, no! I'm sorry! Fuck! Ah, I'm sorry! Happy Halloween!